Would you like to know the top 5 reasons why most network marketers fail in their business, especially when they're first starting out? So if you don't know me, my name is Jelena Ostrovska from JelenaOstrovska.com, and I show young entrepreneurs how to grow a profitable online business while creating a limitless lifestyle and having more fun. So let's talk about it. Have you ever gotten started in network marketing and then you're just like, things maybe have not been working out as good as you were hoping to? Maybe you failed at some point. I know I failed, plenty of times in network marketing, probably more than I should have. But, we all live and learn. So in this video, I want to talk about the main reasons why the failure rate is still, really, really high. 97% of people do not either make very little money or they don't make anything at all. So I know it is kind of painful to hear that, but there is a way. There's plenty of ways to get into that top 3, top 5% within the profession, so there's still hope. Okay, so should I say that? So the number one reason why most people fail is false expectations. We all hear the income claims, not necessarily the claims, but we do hear what other people in the company are making, maybe the company that you're with, maybe from even other companies if you're looking for a network marketing company at the moment. So then you're just thinking to yourself like, oh, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna make all this money. That was kind of my first expectation when I joined my very first company. Like, I've seen the potential that I was gonna be able to make like $50,000 a month, and then eventually I realized it's actually not that easy to make that kind of money. So I had false expectations since day one. Okay, so whenever you do get started, you have to understand that it is going to be a process. Rome was not built in one day, and neither is going to be your business. So you have to embrace the journey, as they say, and understand that behind every success story, if people are making $1 million a year from their network marketing company, there is a chance that they have failed miserably before getting to that particular breakthrough. So everybody has their own story, everybody has a different background. So you do need to understand that you have to go through your own, challenges, through your own struggle to get to the result that you're looking for, whether it's, making whatever amount of money from your business. Yeah, so that's kind of the number one thing you do need to understand, said. I hate the word realistic, but you do need to have more realistic expectations, understand that, you will have people that are going to join as customers or as business builders, and then, there will be people in your organization that are probably going to quit. So if you have never heard any stories from other network marketers in other companies, it's worth listening. And, I always get some inspiration from people that say that they had to rebuild their organization 3, 5, 7 times. Getting a little bit of tangent in this video, so make sure that you do have more realistic expectations, understand that it is going to be a process, which leads me to number 2. The reason number 2 is lack of patience. Probably the problem for most, not just network marketers, but business owners in general. We all live in the world of instant gratification. We all get used to the fact that we can message anybody in the world within a second, we can get an email within a few minutes. Everything is instant these days in the technical era. So when it comes to building a business, you have to understand that it's not going to happen fast. So you do need to have a lot of patience, even when using your products. If you're starting to use your company products, maybe it's weight loss, maybe it's some kind of, financial company, whatever the case may be. So you have to understand that it is going to take some time, and you have to be patient because, like I said, Rome was not built in one day, and your business is going to take some time. Kind of train yourself to get better at patience. I know I'm probably the worst at it. I'm the least patient person ever when it comes to business, when it comes to results, when it comes to those kinds of things. But you have to constantly practice being that patient person. So the reason number 3, that is a big one: no commitment or no committed action. So whenever you get into business, you do need to have commitment for at least 90 days, at minimum. So in my company, I was just recently listening to a training, and one of the leaders from our business said, whenever somebody joins, get them to commit to at least 90 days. Okay, even when it comes to using the products of the company, even when it comes to even building out your social media presence, or whatever the method you're choosing to build your business with, whether it's going to be offline or online, you need to give it time. Again, so you need to be committed, because if you're not committed, why are you joining in the first place? Okay, so whenever I have somebody joining my business, I tell them straight up, I need your full commitment, full focus on doing this, otherwise we're not going to be working together. Another thing, which I think is probably even more important than being even committed to the business side, being committed to your goals, is having that, taking committed action and, taking focused action action every single day. So if you have that commitment for 90 days, like straight and beyond, I'm not saying that you should quit after 90 days, because that's one of the reasons why a lot of people fail in the industry, is just because they join, they expect fast results, then they don't take any action, or even if they do take some action, then after 90 days, they're gone. Right? So don't be that kind of person. So make sure that, whenever you do get into business, maybe you've been in your particular company for any given time, get some help. If you don't know what to do, if you don't know like how to talk to people, what to do on a consistent basis, get some training, get some help, okay? So reach out to people. Don't just sit on your butt or like hoping that something's going to happen, okay? If you are not proactive, nothing is going to flow into your world. So make a commitment not to your upline, not to your sideline, but to yourself, that you're in it to win it, and you're going to take action regardless of what happens, and you're going to keep moving no matter what people say to you. So number 4, lack of training. So I don't know about you, but I've been with several companies before, and I will tell you this, like, there have been like so many different trainings in, my previous companies, but, usually they don't really train you as good as sometimes YouTube does. You know what I mean? So if you are trying to learn how to use social media, for example, my previous company, like, they didn't really teach much about social media. Like, I literally found out more on Facebook or on YouTube or through different courses and trainings. Me personally, like, I just feel like, sometimes the reason why people do fail is because there is no proper training, which is why you probably are watching this video. So like on my channel, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, then there is, I believe, over 300 videos, so feel free to browse around, check them out. I've done quite a bit over the last few years. So, but lack of training is something that's kind of like, does happen to companies. If that's the case, I'm not saying that you should quit your company and go find something else, especially if you do have the belief in the company and the products. But what I am saying is, make sure that you become resourceful, and if your company doesn't really provide the necessary training for you, maybe they don't really teach you social media, maybe they are kind of against online marketing, social media marketing, because some companies are, you can't really help that. I mean, go out on Google, go out on YouTube and start searching for information, like how can you actually make this work for your company. So lack of training, big reason why people fail, but you can turn this around if you are actually resourceful. And last but not least, I kind of already mentioned this just a little bit, but that is a big one. If you don't have belief in your product, in your company, in your leadership, nothing's going to work. Like, I don't care whether you like prospect 20 people a day, whether you show your like presentation to 10 people a day every single day for 90 days. Probably you're not even going to do that if you don't have the belief in the product. Like, if you don't have 100, like even 1,000% belief in your company, in your product, even in yourself, like, it's not going to work. Like, I've been in several companies, and I'll tell you what, like, the reason why I was not really successful in the previous companies was simply because I did not have that 1,000% belief. Like I said, I still had some doubts, is this product really working? Is it worth, the hype? Is it worth that? Make sure that if you are with a company, and if you're having some challenges with, showing the presentation to people, if you're having some challenges with getting people exposed to the products or the business, like I said, then there is a problem, okay? So you need to reevaluate that. Maybe you do need to move on to a different company, maybe not. Everything comes down to belief, okay? So that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos just like this. Feel free to share this out with your team if you feel like they're gonna get some value out of this video as well. For more trainings just like this, you can go over to JelenaOstrovska.com. I have well over 370 articles over there already, so I'm sure you're going to get some help from there. And also, be sure to grab my free download. It should be around this video somewhere, or the link is going to be below. JelenaOstrovska.com/download. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye.